What's up, everybody? What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling? Let's talk about Gervonta Tank Davis versus Rolly Ramiro last weekend. I don't know what y'all think, but I think Gervonta Tank Davis deserved to be on that pound for pound list. I think it's that time. I think he should have been on that pound for pound list. To be honest with you, because I'm just saying, Lomachenko was on there after a few fights. But he wasn't knocking people out like how Tank is knocking people out. I believe, um, I just believe that racism plays a big part why he's not on that pound for pound list. Boxing is, to me, I feel like they're very racist. One, number two, I feel like um, I think they do it on purpose because I think it draws in bigger crowds. You got certain people like Canelo on the pound for pound list, and you got uh, people who don't even deserve to be on there. How the heck is Lomachenko still on the pound for pound list? You got his ass whooped by Teofimo Lopez. Um, that's not a pound for pound fight. Who else is on that list? That shouldn't be on that list. They got multiple losses. I just don't get how you gonna have multiple losses and still on the pound for pound list. That doesn't even make sense to me. You have a loss, you shouldn't be on the pound for pound list. Anthony Joshua has two losses. He's not on the pound for pound list no more. Canelo has two losses, which he should have maybe three. He's still on the pound for pound list. I just don't get what are they what is that about? You know what I'm saying? Uh, the way I see it, the last fight that we saw, Tank is definitely pound for pound. He's the most exciting fighter in boxing. There's nobody. I don't even. I love Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson he does have power, but I don't think he got the type of power Tank has. I Ryan Garcia wants to fight Tank. I don't see that. That's going to be a disaster for him. I don't think they're not going to make it happen. I'll be really shocked and surprised. Even if they do make it happen, I think Ryan Garcia is going to fake an injury like he normally does. Whatever happened to anybody know what happened to uh, Ryan Garcia versus uh, what was his name? What was the little Mexican fighter name that Tank fought last? What's his name? They call him little. They call him little Mexican Mike Tyson. What happened with that? It just seemed like their team is. I think they know. I do believe Ryan Garcia has power. I do believe he's talented, but I do think they're protecting him, just like they're protecting Canelo. Canelo has not fought an undefeated. He has not fought an undefeated black fighter since Floyd, uh, which is if you're the best and you pound for pound number one, then how? How you ain't fighting the best? Then you talk crap about Tank not fighting the best, but Canelo's not fighting the best. He avoided Demetrius Boo Andre. He avoided Jamal Charlo. He avoided David Benavidez. And David Benavidez last fight, my goodness. Yeah, I kind of see why those two, Demetrius Andre and David Benavidez, is avoided. I do think that Jamal can beat him, but what throws it off is that I feel like either it's a publicity, type stunt where he's not really like they trying to build the fight up. Because to be honest with you, it's not. I don't think David Benavidez has like that type of following like a Tank or Canelo, where he can draw seats, draw people to them seats. And that's to me why I believe. Yeah, that's what I believe why he's not um, fighting uh, the big fights because I think that's what they're saying. Like you don't have enough to back. But the thing about it is, Go get your butt. Sit down. Move. Move. The thing, okay, the thing about it is that um, Canelo has enough for whoever he fights. It really doesn't matter. If he's fighting Jamal Charlo, that's gonna be a big, huge fight. I don't see what he keep waiting on. That'd have been a big, huge fight. He probably made more money. He'd have made more money fighting Jamal Charlo than fighting Bivol. And he was not afraid to fight Bivol, but he's afraid to fight Jamal Charlo. And I believe Bivol and Jamal Charlo will be a great fight too as well. I don't know who wins that fight. Um, you know, um, who else? Benavidez and Canelo. That's going to be a huge fight. Mexican versus a Mexican, and one of the top fighters in the world. Benavidez versus Canelo. Come on, man. Demetrius Bubble Andre. You think if he fought Demetrius Bubble Andre, you don't think that's gonna go? You don't think the numbers are gonna be crazy? The numbers are gonna be stupid. But I think whoever is in Canelo, like whoever's promoting Canelo, whoever is making those fights happen, I believe they're telling him not to fight those fights. I believe they telling him not to fight those fights, and I believe he don't really want to fight those fights as well because I think he knows the outcome. He's trying to keep that money train going. The more losses, the more he loses, the bigger the draw, the less the draw is. The more he wins, the bigger the draw. You see what I'm saying? And so I don't know, man. I just feel like boxing need to get it together, man. And you can't call yourself the greatest. You can't call yourself the greatest Mexican fighter or a great fighter when you're not fighting the greatest fights. That's why I respect Oscar De La Hoya. You know, Oscar De La Hoya was fighting. He didn't care who it was. He fought Floyd Mayweather. He fought. Who was he fighting? I can't think of his name. Floyd Mayweather. He fought Pacquiao. I mean, come on, those two right there. Did he run? Did he not? He wanted to fight those fighters. That's all I don't get. I don't get how you can be called a Mexican warrior when you're scared to fight the best fighters. A Mexican warrior, the best Mexican fighters have fought the toughest fights. Roberto Duran. I'm not saying he's meant to be Hispanic, but I'm just saying. Come on, Roberto Duran was fighting the best black fighters. This is not what I remember how boxing was. Muhammad Ali fought George Foreman. Everybody thought George Foreman was gonna kill him. First fight. Thought he was gonna like, yo, they begged Muhammad Ali not to fight him. Muhammad Ali, no, I got it. Fought him in Africa and whooped. You know what I mean? So it's like you can't call yourself a great. I don't know why these fans are delusional. Canelo fans are probably the most delusional fans. They say Cowboys fans are delusional, and I'm a Cowboys fan, but we damn sure ain't more delusional than the Canelo fans because the Cowboys gotta play whoever they play, whoever's in front of them. Canelo fights whoever he wants to fight. You know what I mean? And to me, you can never be great at that. Gervonta Tank Davis wants to fight. He said, "I want to run in between Cambosis and Devin Hayes, both undefeated fighters. One is almost undisputed, and one has one of his belts to become undisputed. So if Devin Haney wins this next fight, um, it's a rematch, and then after that, Tank wants to fight the winner of that fight. I don't think it's a rematch if Cambosis wins. I think it's only a rematch if Devin Haney wins, which I believe he will. I believe he's motivated. I believe he's hungry. I believe by Australia not letting his pops come in to the fight, I believe, yeah, I believe he doesn't knock out Cambosis. I'm gonna tell you right now, it has to be he has to be clearly. When I say clearly, he has to be clearly winning the fight. If he's not clearly winning the fight, or it's like let's say Devin 7 rounds, 5 rounds, Cambosis, they might give it to Cambosis or make it a draw. If it's if it's uh, if it's six, not even 6-6, but if it's you know, Devin gonna need to be 9-3 ish. You know what I mean? 8-4 ish to win that fight, or for them to not. Might call it a draw. You know, we see, and then we see the headlines, the racist headlines talking about um, Thug versus the Patriot. Like, hey, they always trying to, they always trying to, you know what I'm saying? But that's how boxing is. Boxing is like the real world. They use racism to them their capital gain, and it's sad, but that's how money is made. That's how Floyd, Floyd Mayweather won his fight. Is because people want to see his black brother lose, and he talks real grimy, real slick. You know what I mean? But he backed it up. People, especially people of non-color, they don't like that because I sure didn't see people reacting when Conor McGregor how he acts, and I feel like he got his style from Floyd Mayweather. I don't see people wanting him to lose; they wanted to win. But Floyd Mayweather acts the way he acts, they want him to lose. Well, Floyd Mayweather, that's why he is still the biggest draw in boxing because people want to see him get that one loss. So I don't know. Like it's just to me, I just feel like boxing needs to step up with these challenges. You know, uh, I do believe in my heart they cheated Deontay Wilder. I feel like whenever time it's a boxer as good as Tyson Fury, you know, boxing is like I said, like the real world. They want the great white hype. They want somebody to save them, you know, somebody to represent them. So they'll do anything for them to stay on top. They'll cheat, put something in his water, you know what I mean? Put something in his food. Uh, the refs, if you look at the refs, they had a slow count. That was a slow count. I'm still yet to see in boxing count how they counted when Tyson Fury fought Deontay Wilder. I haven't seen the count that slow. I haven't seen the count when they wait to get over there, bro. Where we at? He should have been counted out. But if it was the other way around, Deontay Wilder would have been counted out. Yes or no? Yes. Just like the fight that he fought when his eyes was closed and he on the ground. That's thought it's supposed to have been stopped. Your eyes is closed. Somebody hit you that hard and your eyes is closed. You're out. They're not gonna let you get up. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. And there ain't nobody talking about it. They don't want it. They don't want Gervonta Tank Davis, a little hood kid from Baltimore, who um, don't take no crap. Box office, probably the hardest hitter in boxing, and they don't want to even put him on the pound for pound list. Come on, bro. Did you see the at the Barclays? Did y'all see how many people was in there? You don't get that many people in the Barclays sitting there. You ain't on the list. Who going first of all, what outside, okay, let's even the people on the pound for pound list besides like Errol Spence and Tyson Fury and Canelo. Who else can draw that many people in Barclays or anywhere? How you and who outside the pound for pound list can draw that many people to the Barclays or to Staples Center, or should I say, what's it called, Crypto Center now, or in the Georgia Dome, and that's not on the pound for pound list, and on the pound for pound list, majority of them people on the pound for pound list can't do that. So how the heck he on the pound for pound? Just tell you, if Gervonta Tank Davis was white, he'd be on the pound for pound list straight up, and he would have been on that pound for pound list. He would have been on that pound for pound. But I see right through boxing. I love boxing. I always have loved boxing. I remember my dad first showed me the first fight I've ever seen. um, that my dad showed me was Muhammad Ali versus George Foreman, and then he started showing me Mike Tyson fights and stuff like that back in the early '80s. Well, kind of like the mid early '80s because that's when he started fighting. But that's real boxing. People afraid to get knocked out, afraid to get hit. What you boxing? What you boxing for? If I was a boxer, I would want to box any and everybody, straight up. I want to fight. I understand building a fight, but it's certain cats that ain't gonna never fight. I feel in my heart and my spirit, I feel like Canelo is gonna never fight Dimitri Bivol. Never. You don't want to fight him. He knows you're gonna call him a horrible fighter. How you gonna call somebody a horrible fighter? And you got an L on your. You already had an L on your record and 2 draws. Now you got 2 L's on your record, but he's the horrible fighter. Come on, man. Y'all got to read between the lines, man. He already know. He know. He must have just tell Boo, I know you're gonna beat me, so that's why I ain't gonna fight you. I call him low key, like, yo, can we keep this off the between me and you? Bro, I don't think I got a chance. I don't think he got a chance either. I feel like Boo gonna I feel like Boo would knock him out. Because they say Rolly's an aqua fighter, but really Boo is an aqua fighter. But he knows how to fight. That's the thing. Rolly knows how to fight, but he's just a big puncher. He's not a big jabber. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He's just, he's like old school. Like they don't fight like that. He's like mixed with like old school fighters, like super old school fighters, and they used to do like this and MMA. This is what it is. You know, we gotta call people out. Boxing fans, I'm calling all boxing fans out to start demanding these best fights. We're not gonna watch them. The last Canelo and Bivol fight, I wish I would have ordered that fight. I wasn't ordering that fight. I'm glad he lost because it just exposed for what I already saw. He's not a great fighter. Great fighters don't. I'm not saying they don't lose because it's a lot of great fighters that's lost. But great fighters don't duck other fighters. Period. You don't duck other fighters. And I believe he's ducked a lot of fighters. He didn't duck Floyd Mayweather because that was gonna be the money. That was the money grab, and that was gonna put him on the map for sure, right? But bro, he's a great fighter, right? Floyd Mayweather made him look very amateurish. And he literally just started boxing. He looked horrible. Man. He come on Demetrius. I'm really a horrible fighter. He looked like a horrible fighter against Floyd Mayweather. It wasn't even close. And then he talking about because he was only 23, 24 years old. Okay, so let me get this straight. Let me get this. Okay, so that's the case, right? That's the case, right? If Floyd Mayweather would have fought Canelo when he was pretty boy Floyd, he would have he would have knocked him out, probably. He probably would have knocked him out. Because Floyd was just piecing him up a little bit. Wow, hit going under the guards, you know what I'm saying? Hitting him in the body, he could have missed, hooking, jabbing, you know what I'm saying? Crossing him. Bro, you can't lose like that and call yourself a great fighter. You're not a great fighter. I don't even know why people think he's that good. He's good, but he's not great. He's not even close to being great in my opinion. Just being honest. Great fighters don't duck fighters, and great fighters don't lose horrible to another great fighter. Maybe it's I'm saying it wasn't your night. You know what I mean? You just got caught with one, or you know what I mean? It was just like he was just the better man. But he was like clearly the better man. It wasn't like it was like wow, man, I can see Canelo potential. I didn't see shit in that fight. Nothing to make me go, oh, this man. Hey, I know he fought probably fought the greatest fighter in our generation or period of all time, but he held his own. I can't say that because he did. He looked horrible. He looked like a horrible fighter, and he looked like a horrible fighter against Bivol too. So Gervonta Tank Davis should be on the pound for pound list. I think he should be at least in the top five. Period. He should have been in at least top 10 years ago. But definitely after this fight, fighting a bigger fighter that was way bigger. You see how big Rolly Romero was over him? Yeah, he clearly should be on the pound for pound list. Clearly should be in the top five. Rolly was way bigger than him. He looked way big. He was towering over him. I was like, dang, because on the face off, they didn't look like, they almost looked like they was about the same height. Like Rolly might have had him at like this. I mean, fight. When they was boxing, Rolly looked like he was like this over there. So, and he still got knocked out. That means he should go. I stop playing for whatever, whoever they put in front of his face, whoever he challenged. Then he went to 140 and beat the dog crap out of Mario Barrio. Come on, man. What else y'all want? Then he want to fight Devin Haney. I think if Devin Haney win and they get a rematch, I'm trying to think he should fight Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, but I don't think Ryan Garcia really gonna take. I think something gonna happen. He gonna hurt his hand. He gonna mess up his shoulder. Something gonna happen. Where he's gonna call off the fight. He always making. I know he don't really want to fight that. Man. He all talk, man. And I hate to say it because I really used to like him, man. I thought he was gonna be that dude. I'm like, oh, he gonna fight Tank, and he started making me believe, man, he cannot take down. I'm like, cause Tank my favorite fighter, but I'm like Ryan Garcia, this boy. And I'm looking like, bro, then you pull that trash. What I believe when he was at the Canelo camp, this is what I believe. When he said he's having mental health issues. I believe that he was roided up. And I'm gonna tell you why. I used to take steroids years ago, and it used to do that to me. It used to have me feeling like depressed. I, feeling down and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, now you go in this camp. Canelo clearly has been caught using clenbuterol, which is a, a, a substance you take to help you like lean up and cut. You know what I'm saying? And when you taking like, if you let's say, I think he was probably taking probably some fast acting tests, maybe some Deca and maybe some Tren, and then it was time to get that shit out of the system. He got caught. Tyson Fury, another person got caught, I believe. But they didn't even really do nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like they know these boys cheating, man. Come on, man. Because they know if you fight one of us, man, you gotta be juiced up. You get him one of these real good. See what happened to Tyson Fury? Eyes was closed. He like the Undertaker with no hair down. Big on that canvas. So man, it was just we need to hold these boxers accountable. We need to hold the WBO, the WBC. We need to hold them accountable and make the best fights. The only person that drawn up that many people is Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Errol Spence, Gervonta Davis, Canelo Alvarez. And that's it. So we need to try to make the best fight happen. I hope that Errol Spence and George Crawford fight happen. I already see that. My prediction is Errol Spence will win, but I think it'll be a good fight. If he don't win, Terrence Crawford, it's gonna be a draw. That's how I see it. And I appreciate y'all listening to me. I love y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. And man, we'll do this again. I love y'all. We out. Remember, you're only one prayer away from where you want to be, where you need to be. Let's keep praying until we get to what we need to get to. We're still praying.